This is gonna be a fun one. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is my November monthly setup. We have a cat theme. It is cat themed, not cats the musical themed, but just like cats in general. Here you have Linus. This is Linus, my kitty cat. He was just on the cover. Um, yes, he is the face of the cover of this month of November, and it turned out so good. My drawing skills are hit or miss. It either works out or it goes very, very wrong. There's no in between. I'm really good at drawing plants and trees. More detailed things like this, on the other hand, oh no, no, no. That's why in past videos I've mentioned that I've had my sister draw stuff because I could just not do it. Do you guys remember the circle of the Death Star? I couldn't even draw the circle of the Death Star. Yes. You're gonna notice that this layout is a little bit different. The cover and the calendar are both on the same page, and my November's goals list is also right next to it, and they're both there. I just wanted to try this out and see if I liked it, and so far I am liking it. I was always having my ribbon in my bullet journal open to the goals for the month page, so whenever I open my journal, it's the first thing that I see to just remind myself of things that I want to accomplish in that month. So I thought switching around the order just a little bit, not even that much, it's just this one page, but I liked it. I thought this worked out. This page here is what inspired the entire theme for the month. I was scrolling through Pinterest and I saw someone do something similar, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do a cat's theme. This is the one. This is the one where I was just like, how have I never thought of this before? It's so perfect. I love my cats. I have two. Their names are Linus and Schroeder. Linus was featured on the cover page because he guest stars in this video, much in the same way he guest starred in what I believe was the March arcade games video. I am drawing this and filming this on the floor in my living room because my mom was using the coffee table to do some DIY home improvement things, and I'm on the floor, so I'm at their level, I'm in their territory, and so it's only fair that at some point he comes and interrupts me. And it was fun. It was cute. I hope you enjoy his little face whenever it pops up. He fully interrupted me and just laid out on the floor. What you're seeing now is me realizing that I did not count the correct number of cats before I inked them down. Usually I'm really good about that, but this time I was not. I miscounted and I just thought that I had 30 and I didn't. So then I drew the remaining 6 cats over here at the bottom, and it worked out perfectly that just the grid of the cats. So here you can see like what it was like when I was sketching them on the other page and figuring out. I really hope you cannot hear my stomach growling just then. But yeah, and so then the layout of the task tracker, or I'm sorry, the task manager got a little bit shifted, but it still worked out really well and it looks super cute. And I kind of like how the task tracker leaks over leaks, that's not the correct word, but how it gets over into the task manager page. So I might play with this again at some point and do a similar thing where it goes across the bottom, and yeah, because I just think that it turned out cute. Here I have a ruler, and I don't know why I don't use rulers more often when I'm doing all of these lines. There's so many lines involved, and I'm always freehanding it. And for what? For what? Why do I do that to myself when I can just get a ruler and just quickly move it across the page and be done with it? Here I'm choosing the colors for my cats. I wanted to choose colors that were, they could actually be the color of fur, and I also wanted them to be a bit more darker. That's why I've got maroons, the darker blue, the gray, and the brown. tracker, and it's balls of yarn that were super cute. There was a sketch that someone did where it was a tracker and it was balls of yarn, and there was a cat asleep on the pile of the balls of yarn. Unfortunately, I could not do that. I tried, it did not come out well. Here we have Linus when he's sneaking in to the frame. And my sister, she is away at school, so I could not go and grab her to get her to draw it for me. But it turned out super cute, and then the added bonus to having these little yarn balls and the different sections is that I was able to, if I was having more than one like major mood, I could color it that. Sorry, my light went out there for a moment because Linus bumped the cord. But I could color in different things. Typically, I only will do like what was my overall mood for the day, and I'll color in my day for whatever that one is. But you know, sometimes I want to jazz it up. Here's where he just took over, and he wanted some attention, and I was not giving him the attention. But he's cute. This is where I got my cover from for this month. He laid down, and while I was petting him, I took a photo. That's a little bow tie collar. It's super cute. I need to wash it. It's a bit dingy. We brought him outside a couple of times this past few months, and he got a little bit in the dirt. He's an indoor cat. He is, oh my god, we just found out that they're 12 years old. We thought they were 11 years old. We thought they were born in 2010. They were born in 2009 for 10 years, for at least 5 years. We've got their ages wrong. And that was a revelation that shook the foundation of my household. So now that you've been updated on the cat drama that's happening in my house, while I finish this up, I'm going to jump ahead and talk about my writing tracker, which I switched up last month, if you watched that video, and I really, really love it. I'm recording this right now. It's November when I'm doing this voiceover, but I use it again in November, and it's working out so well. I really love it. It's fantastic. But yeah, back to this mood tracker. It's super cute. I really liked it, and like I was mentioning before, I was coloring in all the different sections. If I felt like I wanted to color in more than one mood, then I would, because this type of design offered an easy way to do that. But yeah, and I'm just gonna keep talking. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place with like my topics, and it's not exactly matching up to what's on the screen, but you know, I kind of have talked about what I want to talk about with this particular page. But jumping back to the cover where I have drawn Linus's face. If you remember back in June when I did the Disney theme, and I was talking about how I drew the dog from Toy Story. Oh my goodness. From Toy Story, whose name I have still not looked up because I cannot remember it for the life of me. And when I first drew him, he looked so creepy, and I was talking about how I wished I had taken a photo so I could show you. Well, I remembered for this month when I was drawing the cover, because my first sketch of Linus, oh boy, it was a hot mess. It looked so bad. My mom laughed at me. And you know what? That's okay. It was funny to look at, but I made sure to take a picture before I erased the entire thing, and I will be showing you that before photo at the end of this video, because it was just absolutely atrocious, and I'm really glad I remembered to take the photo before I erased it and started over, and I will be doing that. We'll be trying to remember to do that more in the future when I just have absolute fails when I'm drawing. Yes, here is the writing tracker I was talking about a little bit earlier, and this is my habit tracker. The things on my habit tracker that I have been tracking have been changing, and I think I finally got it down to what I want it to be. My health tracker is also changing on the thing that I want to track. There's stuff on there that I thought I needed to track, but now I'm like, maybe not. Like if I was taking my vitamins, which I pretty much am good about taking my vitamins every day except for the weekend, because my schedule is kind of more in flux. When I have work and it's during the work week, I always take my vitamins at lunch, so I'm better at doing it. But that was something I had added back in, I think, August or September, and now I'm just not really sure I want to keep it because it wasn't really super pertinent that I track if I take my vitamins the same way I track if I had asthma attacks or how often or how severe they were. Things like that are more important. Here's my gratitude log. And so what I'm doing with my gratitude log, if you see those little boxes at the top, it's separated into sections. And so what I do is that I have like a quote, and it could be a quote. I have a quote book that I use, but it might be a quote from a song that I really liked and I wanted it to be there, and then I just have that quote there, and I keep it there, and like I'll look at it if I really like it. I was thinking about doing a quote page, but I was like, I don't like to have stuff in my journal that's kind of just there to look at. Like I want it, if I'm gonna add a page, it has to be useful to me in some way. But there we go. Here is the weekly planner. I've been mentioning in like every video, I've been playing with the layout of my weekly planner because I'm just not really sure like how large I want it to be. A few months ago, I was doing a 4-page weekly planner with 2 days on each page, and then I had an extra page or extra section that was just general things about that week. But then after a while, that was just too much space, and so then I started doing the same type of layout that I was doing when I was in school, and I was using my bullet journal also as an agenda to keep track of my assignments and different things and meetings, etc. And that is also too much space because I'm not going to class 4 days a week or in meetings and clubs where I have to keep track of all of this stuff. So for the following week, I did another page where the layouts are just 1 week to 1 page, and that seems to be working out for now. Even that feels like too much space. I don't even know if I really need the weekly planners that much anymore because it's seeming to be something that I'm just not using. Things that I used to put in the weekly planner, I now have other pages for. So for example, when I was doing my daily reflection, I would write it at the bottom of the day on my weekly planner. Now I have my gratitude log where it's more simplified and I just write one thing. Then I had my task my daily tasks that I would put on there, but I wasn't looking at them there. I was at first, but then over time I stopped. So it wasn't really something that I needed like that. And if I was writing tasks there, I started only writing absolutely important things that I might forget, but other smaller tasks that were things that I was already gonna do, I wasn't looking back at it to see if I needed to do them because I was just remembering them because they're things that I do all the time. and I wasn't going to check on it to see like, oh, I did this already, and I would check it off. So I wasn't doing that. It was only like really important things that I needed to remember that I could just kind of refer back to at any moment if I needed to. And so I think for December, I might just not do a weekly planner and instead just have like a notes page where I will write the date of something and any task or notes or something, and it'll be more like a log, but it's not going to be like a structured planner setup the way that I have been doing. And that way I won't be wasting pages and just having all of these blank things where I didn't have anything to write or I didn't use them, and then I can use it as needed, and it's not something that has to be there all the time. So I think that's what the planner / agenda is evolving into. When I was in school, it was great. I used it all the time. When I was doing other stuff, it was fine. But not being in school anymore and not needing to use that section the same way, I think this will be a better use of the space, and it'll also be more useful to me. But yeah, so I guess December is gonna be super interesting. I don't know if it's gonna be super interesting. Most of the pages have evolved into something that I find really useful to me, and now it is my weekly planner's turn to evolve into something useful to me. But January in 2022, oh lordy, I got a new journal that is twice the size of the ones that I have been using. I didn't realize it was going to be that big when I got it, but oh lordy, it's huge, and I have no idea how I'm going to do these layouts, and because it's just so much space, and I'm not going to just make everything giant just because it's a giant page. I want my space to be used wisely and in a necessary way. So that'll be so interesting. Also, with the new year, I'm going to be reworking some of my like yearly and monthly trackers that I had at the beginning of my journal. If you refer back to my January 2021 New Year video, which I think is about half an hour long, because I was doing all of this other stuff at the front that I haven't really been referring to all of it throughout the year. So what I want to do is rework it and put it into my monthly goals pages, because I use those a lot more and I refer to them a lot more than I do these stuff at the front of my journal. That's just kind of, yeah, I have not been doing that stuff as much, and now I know that about myself. This was the first time I had done like a big yearly front matter situation, and now I know what I need to do to make my journal the most productive for me. And I will talk about that in another video. I am now all caught up with these monthly setup videos, and so now I can start doing these other videos that I have been mentioning in the past. I'm just waiting so my phone broke, which is what I used to film. So it should be here soon. Whenever it gets here, I will start filming. I've already got some scripts and outlines already done, so you can be expecting more content more regularly now that I have finally caught up. And I know I have talked way past the end of this video, and I kind of got a little bit off topic talking about later on, but I just wanted to throw that out there so that you know what's happening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day, night, or whenever it is for you. Bye.